Preacher. We're continuing our Windwalker day with some gameplay. And I'm actually hoping people don't log in immediately to this dungeon because I need to talk to you about a little something that's down here. You see this? Yes, I had to put on an add-on to make sure that I was playing this spec correctly. And that guy's going to pull. I'm okay with that. I'm just going to let him pull for 1 second while I talk to you ballers. So I set up 4 little things here that I actually thought were really cool and really quite necessary to get my game on. First one here, this is the Brewmaster's Elixir. Remember, it's our DPS cooldown, our Tiger Eye Brew. It builds up to 10 charges. Now, it builds quite regularly and steadily, but I wanted to make sure we were, making maximum use of that. So I created a little add-on here that then flashes up when I'm near 10. It actually flashes up at 9 till 10. I then tracked Fist of Fury, which is one of our 4 big finishers that cost chi, just so I could track when that's off cooldown. And I also tracked the Rising Sun Kick, because it's so important. That's going to give us that big DPS debuff to everything around us, okay? Every single thing around us. We need to be making best use of that. That is one of the second of our 4 finishes. Rising Sun Kick costing 2 chi on an 8-second cooldown. And I also tracked another icon here, which is actually my Tiger Power, coming from Tiger Palm. This is the 30% armor debuff that you guys need to be keeping on you at all times. So we're just going to go in here and we're going to do a Flying Serpent Kick straight in there. So I'm really talking a little bit about what we should be doing here. So I'm going to go in with a Rising Sun Kick. So we'll go with some AoE here. Now, I'm just going to do this. Now, there's some tricky moments to this spec. I think you're going to agree as we get through this, is that you'll notice this. Is there are some moments when it's like, this seems a little bit fidgety and a little bit like it's not fun. I actually agree. There are some little problems with this spec, I want to say. Not problems particularly. Some guys who really love micromanagement are going to love this spec. I personally think it's very frustrating. Very frustrating at the moment, especially for new players. If some new players, I thought the monks were definitely going to be bringing new players into the game. I think the Windwalker will definitely put them off. We lost a member of the game. No, we didn't lose a tank or a healer though. So massive amounts of care from the Preacher Man. Why you leave us Palestine? Oh, that sounds like political stuff. Palestine. We'll see you later. Okay, so what are we doing in general? I spoke about it a little bit in the actual talents overview video, but we've got lots to manage. So we've got to track our Tiger Power, okay? Using Tiger Palm will give us 10% armor debuff to everything. It's a buff on ourselves. Flying Serpent Kick always looks good. So there's some definite confusion as to what is the best to get up first. You see there, I can get my Tiger Palm up quickly. Then I want to Rising Sun Kick these, because that's going to debuff all the mobs. You can see here, look. I'm not worried about my damage right now. I'm just showing that debuffs all the mobs, and then we can go into our AoE. We need to have 3 stacks of Tiger Power and the Rising Sun Kick debuff on everything before we're ready to rock and roll. Now that setup process is interesting, a little bit unique. It seems a little bit fidgety to me. Seems a little bit fidgety for sure. So you can see I've lost that debuff in between packs. I will have the complaint that Tiger Power I think should last a little bit longer, for sure. I think they definitely would prefer that to last a little bit longer, so I'm not like missing out on AoE here while my ball of friends are just fan of knivesing. Then I can go into the Spinning Crane Kick and join in with the AoE. So as long as I have some build-up time, it's not the end of the world, it really is. When we're doing AoE like this, what are we doing? We're basically generating chi with our Spinning Crane Kick. You can see the Spinning Crane Kick bought me up to 40k AoE DPS pretty quickly. And that's going to generate us 1 chi as long as you're hitting a decent amount of mobs. And then we're going to use that chi not for Fist of Fury. Although Fist of Fury is an AoE, I want to get my Tiger Palm up. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Pull, 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 Tiger Power. Tiger Power's wore off. Now you've pulled. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you very much. So we're going to get our Tiger Power back on. Now your pull is a little bit weird, for sure. Let's fire off a Moon and Elixir, so we can start getting our debuffs on. Get up to there, fire off a Fist of Fury, Eddie Honda. Now you can see we've got these icons flashing up, and I know some of you will be saying, what are those? What are those? What's going on there? Let's get a couple of barrels while I talk to you about this, and then we can blow some cooldowns towards the end. Your icons that are appearing on the left and right are actually your mastery. Let's keep Tiger Power on, it's more important. No barrels, so we'll get a Rising Sun Kick back on, get some chi. Get a Blackout Kick going. Yeah, Rising. Give it a Fist of Fury, buddy. I'm really not concerned about my DPS right now. I'm just trying to demonstrate what's going on. So we'll get another barrel, and then I'll talk more about the DPS. Okay, so we're obviously balancing. Oh, lost Tiger Power again. Come on, Tiger Power, get up there. We're generating chi using a couple of methods. One of those in particular is Expel Harm. That's not this ability right here, Expel Harm. This actually gives us a heal. At the same time, it also generates 2 chi, which we need in order to generate abilities. So you can see now I've got this icon pop up which says, hey, you know what, Preacher, you're almost ready to blow a big cooldown, which is awesome timing. So there it is. Blow that cooldown. Now we're going to Mad Deeps. What that does is it's given us 20% damage buff. So we're going to use as many cooldowns as possible. Fire off some energy regen. Awesome. And throw in an Expel Harm as well. Then go into the Fist of Fury. I've lost Tiger Power. Oh, you suck, Preacher. There's a lot to manage, guys. There really is a hell of a lot to manage. So just watch out for it. And down he goes. So that was 22k DPS while I was talking to you guys. We're going to get some proper DPS towards the end. So yeah, let's reiterate this. There's a lot to manage. A hell of a lot to manage. And now your pull, I always like a good bursty pull, because that's generally when we're going to be blowing Bloodlust and all that kind of stuff. That is not possible with a Windwalker Monk. It's not. It's like such a preemptive strike. You've got to get your 3 powers of Tiger Power on. You've got to get that on. You've got to get your Rising Sun Kick debuff on everything. That's got to happen. Only when that has happened can you start thinking about doing proper DPS. Only then. And that might be too late for you. You're going to miss out on a hell of a lot of Bloodlust time and all that kind of stuff. He's going to go in with some spinning crane kicks while we rock and roll through the crowd. Yeah, that whole pull process is a little bit tricky. I understand the idea of the building up the brew. You can see up here the Tiger Eye brew building up to 10 stacks, but it takes too long to make good advantage of a solid pull. So monks, I feel like they're going to be at a disadvantage when we're doing early Bloodlusts. When we're doing that kind of big bursty pull, if you think of like Ultraxian, something like that, they're just going to not be as cool as we would like them to be, unfortunately. And that makes me sad. It makes me sad in my little pants, in my little Jimmy Jams, in my little Jammy Jams. It makes me a little bit sad that it's going to be like that. But fights like the one we're coming up to now, you can see I'm up to 9 stacks. I'm going to save that like a boss. Have a Rising Sun Kick, bros. Is everybody here? Everybody here? Mm-hmm. Right. Okay, so we're off, obviously. Refresh the Tiger Power, get the Rising Sun Kick on, and I can go straight into huge deeps. So we're getting there with a Rising Fist of Fury. Another fucking Rising Sun Kick. You can see I've got the procs. Now, your mastery procs that you're seeing on my screen, they should be enough to make sure that you have enough Tiger Power to not have to manually refresh it. But it's not always the case. It is something we still need to track. So in a situation like this, we're starting to get into an AoE situation. This could kill me doing this. It's not the correct way. But I've got a Rising Sun Kick to debuff everything. I've lost Tiger Power, so I'm losing 30% armor. Oh, you suck, suck, suck. Get the Tiger back on quickly. Give it a Rising Sun Kick for everybody. Come on. Oh, I'm being stunned. Knocked down. Then get in there with the AoE. Back into standard rotation. Now we've got the ability to Fist of Fury again. Let's get the Fist of Fury on. Die, fucker. Almost back up for a big burst. I'm going to wait to the next AoE moment. There we go. We can see it's propped up. So refresh the Tiger Power now. Mobs are landing. Wait for the next wave. Rising Sun Kick. Fire off the cooldowns and then go into a big AoE spinning crane kick. So this is the maximum damage you're going to get out of your spinning crane kick. So you see it's not bad. Pushing me way up the damage meter. Now we're coming out of there. Oh, we're going to die. Let's put a shield wall on. Refresh that spinning crane kick, the Rising Sun Kick debuff on everything. Yeah. And then finish it up nicely with some blackout kicks. Fire some energy cooldowns off. Ready to using that energizing brew so I can get more and more damage out of there. Refresh the Tiger Power. Then to a Fist of Fury for the finale. I've got a free blackout kick waiting for me. And of course we're going to go into our execute. Ah, why not cheese a little bit of AoE? Why the hell not? Down he goes. Yeah, bringing out 20k DPS there, still not maxing. I'm going to try and max it a little bit on the last boss. I'm not going to talk much during the last boss. I'm going to try and focus it up. It is a spec that requires a little bit of attention, because we are managing all these different things. So instantly, I can see you guys thinking, and hopefully you are thinking this is not new player friendly at all. It really isn't. Get that Tiger Power up. Get that on, then Rising Sun Kick. Now we can start DPS. You can see there's several global cooldowns that need to happen there before we can go into the big DPS. We still get plenty of procs. Come on. Wow, rising sun kick for 74k in your face. Some simple AoE here. You can see the damage is fine. If we're just going straight up damage, it's not bad. You can see I'm doing 23k single target DPS there. I'm absolutely fine with that. That looks like a pull to me. I'm going to Tiger Palm in because it looks cool. Rising Sun Kick on and straight into the AoE. I'm going to save my brew. See if we can interrupt this chappy. Come over here, buddy. Still got solid interrupts as a monk. Always good. I'm just going to refresh my Tiger Power there. Go back into some spinning crane action. Sure, okay. This guy needs interrupts as well, Bo. Cool down. Oh, the sadness in my heart. No worries, we're going straight to single target now. Refresh the Rising Sun Kick. Give him a big interrupt and move on. So we are coming to the end of the dungeon now. So, AoE is pretty simple, but again, AoE needs that build up. It needs you to make sure, they see me rolling. It needs you to build up and make sure you've got all these debuffs on. I would say suggestions from me around the Windwalker, if I was to make it better, is certainly Tiger Power should last longer. In 5-mans, it is just a complete pain in the ass. Unless you're really, really super chain pulling, you guys are going to have a really hard time with this one. Just having to refresh it all the time, you're going to be like, yeah, Tiger Power, it just sucks. I just have to refresh Tiger Power all the time. Then I could go into my DPS rotation. I could give my Rising Sun Kick. And the obvious Uber Troll is when it's finally finished, is you finally get there. Lol. You don't need to do it anymore. That's the Super Troll. Give you guys some Fists of Fury action. They hit very hard though. There's no doubt about it. The Monk is a very nice DPS class. I think it has a lot of potential. I think they've gone a little bit overboard, that's all. And they've gone a little bit crazy with the Tiger Powers falling off there. Perhaps with a better add-on. This add-on isn't ideal for tracking things like that. I would certainly use something like Class Timer if it was on live. But it's not apparently working with the monks, that's the only reason. Na 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 na, Russian for life. You sexy Russian. Lovely Russian. But you can see it's wearing off so quickly, the Tiger Power, in 3 stacks. Perhaps if there was a glyph that brings it just to 3 stacks instantly. It costs 1 chi per stack unless you get a mastery proc. Your mastery proc is Combo Breaker, works in 2 different ways. Oh, interrupted. Let's throw some DPS cooldowns. Fire some energy off, get the Tiger Power going. Tiger Power. Some Fists of Fury. Oh, I got sleeped already. I was not moving. Don't let my Tiger Power wear off. That's all I care about. I really don't care about anything else other than not letting my Tiger Power wear off. Come on, let me out. Oh, the ability's not ready yet. Come on. This is horrible damage by me. I'm doing so badly right now. Oh. Always happens while making a video. The thing with Fists of Fury is I have to stand still. That's kind of annoying for this particular fight. Is that you have to stand still in order to pull that off. 178k, bring me back into second. That is your Touch of Death, by the way. Touch of Death is slightly OP. At least on the next bit I can show you some AoE. Come on, spawn and let my Tiger Power wear off. There we go. Oh, Tiger Power wore off anyway. God damn it! Fucking Tiger Power. Right, get in the middle. And then we'll Rising Sun Kick debuff everything. Then we'll get the spinning crane kicks going. So as that Rising Sun Kick, yeah, it has hit all those mobs. That's cool. Happy with that. Rising Sun Kick has spread around nicely. You get another one on there. And you can see our AoE. This is a beautiful place to show you the AoE. We're going to be using Spinning Crane Kick to do our AoE. Spinning Crane Kick is great AoE. No problem with it at all. Oh, come back. And using the chi you generate with that Spinning Crane Kick in order to keep up Rising Sun Kick debuff. Remember, it's extra damage taken and your Tiger Power. Very important that you keep both of those things up. Can I get you all 3? Yeah. Nice. You can have a Fist of Fury on your face, buddy. Give you a Rising Sun. Tiger Power fell off again. Oh, I need a better announce that that thing is falling off. I really, really do. It's one of those specs that, you know, it goes against everything Blizzard said Blizzard said they wanted people to be able to do a good majority of their potential damage pretty easily. I don't see that with the Monk. Once those things start wearing off, like Tiger Powers just wore off there, just do a bad global cooldown. I don't see that happening with this spec at all. It feels very counter to what Blizzard said they wanted these kind of specs to do now in World of Warcraft. They said they were going to be like, hey, you know what, if you really want to try hard, then yeah, some people can do more DPS than you. That's fine. No problem with that. If people are really dedicated towards doing mad DPS, they will be able to do it. Okay, you can accept that pretty easily. But the Monk is very much against that, because losing 30% armor penetration, losing a 10% damage buff, losing all these things, slight mismanagement of global cooldowns is really painful. We're going in, we're going in. Come on, Tanky. Get a grip on it, buddy, because you maybe lose my Tiger Power! Expel Harm. DPS cooldown into the spinning crane kick. So I've got all the debuffs on the mobs now. This is what I was after. So I'm going into pure AoE mode now. I'm going to just refresh that Rising Sun Kick and continue with this AoE. AoE looks weak, but it's actually not. You can see it's all about the build-up. That's the thing with it. It's all about making sure your build-up is done correctly. Making sure that you've done that is what is important about it. Oh, come on, keep them together, buddy. So you should have a rotation in your AoE that pretty much lines you up nicely to have 3 Chi. So you've done 3 spinning crane kicks that should allow you to refresh Rising Sun Kick and your Tiger Power. That is what they are aiming for. I'm going to single target now. Just refresh the Tiger Power. Hopefully I can keep it on. And the blackout kick for you, my friend. I do love the movement, though. I do love being able to just leaping kick around the room. That is really cool. That is really cool. Under the DPS of the tank, though. Like a boss. Go on, give me Tiger Power. I'm fucking pulling, man. I'm not refreshing Tiger Power again. I can't be fucking ass with it. Get that Fist of Fury on cooldown. So I'm not going to talk much during this bit. I'm going to just try and do some nice DPS. Alright, guys? So there you go. That was the end of that one. You see, I let Tiger Power fall off a couple of times, which is fail. But I hope you got a good idea of the play style. One of the big advantages is really the movement. You can really get around this room so quickly. There's no big problem with transferring around. You saw me moving from mob to mob to mob all the damn time. Plenty of cooldowns. Mixing in the Expel Hand gives you some nice heals all the way. It's all pretty cool. Damage wasn't incredible at all. But you can see I did, it's a little bit mixed match there. You can see the Rogue there, he only did 13k to the Elementals, whereas I did 1.5 million damage to the Elementals. Thanks for tunneling that boss, bro, that's getting healed. You're super helpful. But I hope that gives you a good idea of the playstyle of the Windwalker. A lot to manage. If you like your micromanagement, if you're very much into sort of like a Demonology Warlock kind of style of play, I want to say, you're going to really enjoy this one. For me, I'm not feeling it too much now. Maybe there'll be a couple of changes in live. Literally, if Tiger Power was to last longer or to not require 3 stacks, it would be much, much better. A little bit more forgiving on letting that fall off would be fine, especially if it's somebody who doesn't use any kind of add-on at all. This isn't my preferred add-on, but if it was up here and I was tracking it there, oh, that would suck. That would really, really suck. That would be horrible. There's the Windwalker Monk, guys. Have a great day.